think Magic Pocket might have to be revisited a little later in the day.
Yeah.
Tell the glass story, apparently.
All right. Let's hear the glass story.
So, as we've mentioned already, Bill started out at 2 feet tall when he was born. So when he was a year and a half old and he was like 4 feet tall, where were we? We were somewhere north. Oh yeah, we were in Edmonton. We were in Edmonton.
That's right.
Your hometown.
Yeah.
Yep. We were in Edmonton and I had to go do grocery shopping, so I left him with a babysitter, which seemed to be an okay thing. I mean, he was cute and fairly well behaved. And the guy that was the babysitter was he and his wife, and the guy was a big, huge man. He was a piano mover. Like, this guy had like serious muscles on him, and he'd been moving pianos his whole life. And he was what was this? I'm trying to remember. It doesn't matter what his name is. But anyway, so he was this big guy, and quite fond of Bill. And so I left thinking, it's fine, I'll go do groceries, I'll be back in a little while, I'll be great, you know, because of course I have to do groceries a lot. If you look, a lot of money's gone into groceries.
That's right.
So I came back from grocery shopping, and Darcy, that was the guy's name, Darcy, this piano mover, was pale, like all the color was gone out of his face. And I was like, what happened? And he's like, oh, and I'm like, no, like, he's like, you're a kid. And I'm like, what do you mean, my kid? He said, well, you know, I gave the kid a glass of juice in a little glass about yay big. Bill drank the juice and then took a bite right out of the glass. And then the piano mover, who was shocked, stuck his big meat hands in Bill's mouth to attempt to get out all the broken pieces.
And ate his arm? No.
No. And when I got there, the guy couldn't talk anymore. The piano mover guy I'd known for like 20 years was beyond speech at that point. He then showed me the glass with the bite mark out of it, because I wasn't really sure I was believing him.
Did it have like little tooth impressions?
It had a little, where he had like, and you know, I'm looking at this guy and I'm like, I got no answer for you. I don't know. I don't know why he eats things that aren't food. I don't know.
Was the inside of his mouth all messed up?
No, I think it's iron in there.
Yeah.
Like he was okay?
Nothing.
You didn't have any problem?
No problem. Didn't cut himself. Didn't need stitches. Didn't cut himself. Indeed, he was non-phased about it. The adults were very phased, but Bill just carried on playing.
Did he actually like swallow any glass?
I think Darcy dove across the room and attempted to pull the broken pieces out.
That's enough.
There was no blood.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
there was no blood.
kind of miraculous.
Yeah.
I thought it was scary, really. I did. I thought it was scary. It's when I knew that we were headed for a long road. A long road.
Did Bill have a series of babysitters? Like I feel like Bill would need a very special kind of babysitter.
That's true.
Some special training involved in the babysitting process.
Absolutely. We had quite a number. I think the best was Dalton, though. You think?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. At some point, and some of these guys will know Dalton. Dalton's my stepbrother.
Here's a good story. So when I was in my I know phase, which I kept saying I know to everything, at one point Dalton said to me, "You know nothing, Bill. Stop saying that. You don't know anything. You're only 11."
You're just like, I know.
I know, exactly. I know. And I was saying why all the time. Like everything he said, why? Because this.
And you two broke my couch.
Why?
The two of you broke my couch. Didn't
When
you?
Bill was 11?
I broke
Jumping over the
railing onto the couch and then jumping. Yeah. It was fun. What do you want?
One-story drop onto the couch. Yeah.
You know nothing, Bill Snow.
But kid, a little bit.
But yeah, Dalton definitely was around for many years.
Well, I mean, he was a great
Took me
influence on
out.
us many years later.
A great influence is a kind of a strong term there, Jer.
great in terms of large as opposed to positive?
He was present. He was very
Exactly.
present.
He was a character.
This is why you guys were all playing D&D and stuff, eh? Over at...
I don't
Bill's
think
place?
Dalton had much to do with the D&D.
No, he just walked through the D&D.
Yeah, it was funny when we lived in the first place we moved to, and yeah, my uncle was living there. Awkward times, but yeah, it's funny.
You guys remember the brainwashing that he did to Dalton, right?
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh, so Dalton, I've known Dalton since he was 17 or 18, and we're similar in age. So he's a family friend we've had forever.
He's really
And
cool.
so these guys take psychology in grade 12, and Bill learns all about B.F. Skinner and doing behavior mod programs.
I still B-mod myself.
And I had studied, because of my background, I had actually studied BMod really seriously in school, and so I did placements and blah blah blah, and I'm quite knowledgeable in BMod. And Bill probably knew that, and knew not to play some kind of game with me because I'd be on to him.
Yeah.
But Dalton, not so smart. So summer holidays come. And every morning at the same time, I hear Bill put the same song on the stereo. And then Dalton comes upstairs and makes a coffee. So this goes on for probably 2 weeks before I actually start to go, wait a minute. There's something's not quite right here. So I then pay attention to what Bill's doing and realize that he puts the same song on the stereo, and when Dalton rocks past Bill's room, he says, "Hey Dalton, do you feel like a coffee?" And Dalton then would go upstairs and make a coffee.
And he always made better coffee than me. So that was my whole reason for it.
So I took Bill aside and told him, I know what you're up to, man.
Yeah.
And if you were doing it to me, I'd make you stop, but have a good time. So I'm pretty sure if you played Hold On by Santana,
that's a song.
Dalton needs a coffee.
Yeah.
It was Santana.
Yeah. And I know for myself now that if I hear the song Hold On, I think about Dalton making a coffee.
Me too.
So he did brainwash me slightly.
I brainwashed myself too.
And he brainwashed himself. 'Cause
I
what
learned-
happens when you hear that word? That
I
song?
think about it too.
Yeah.
Like,
I like that it's just like, young man, in this household, we do not brainwash our friends.
or relatives.
Our
yeah.
relatives.
Strangers are okay.
Like, I don't actually remember that particular story. I do remember Bill performing psychological experiments at school.
Yeah.
By taking benches and putting them in the middle of hallways to see how people passed around them.
Yeah, exactly.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's actually
My idea was everyone was sheep. That was my hypothesis.
And so did you find out interesting?
I was trying to figure out who would actually lead, and if one person led and jumped over,
or whether
instead of-
somebody would actually bother to like
follow
move it to
them.
the side.
Yeah. But what I was waiting for is someone to move the obstruction entirely out of the way so that everybody moved faster.
But
that never happened.
It did, but it took a while.
Yeah.
We timed it and filmed it.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, evil hidden genius. That's correct, Chad. I agree.
It's not really that hidden when he
No,
comes in.
he's been a dangerous child to have because he could think like that.
Exactly.
Speaking of pathing around things, Paul, did you have something that we were giving away right now?
Oh, we are indeed. I like